Hey guys, the following video will be to create meal substitutions using product add-ons. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna organize the CSV sheet. We're gonna follow a couple of rules to make sure that the upload is correct. The rule number one is each option will get its own row. So you'll have multiple rows with the same name and the same SKU. The SKU and the product name is what the import will use to attach these options to the existing products. So you want to make sure that both of them are correct in the same way that they are in the product details. The next rule is that price based on will always be quantity underscore based. This means that if the customer selects 4 frittatas with egg whites, this price is going to be based on the quantity that they selected. So if it's $1 extra for egg whites, they're basically going to get extra $3 if they order 3 frittatas. The next rule is that if you want a substitution to be required, you must add an asterisk at the end, and this asterisk needs to live on all of the add-on groups. So the add-on groups is what you defined the substitution. So if we're gonna have substitutions for eggs, we're gonna have a single group called eggs, and we're gonna have 2 options there. Now every time that you make a substitute add-on group required by using the asterisk, the first item found is gonna be the default always. So for the frittata, the whole eggs is always gonna be the default. For the compound chicken, the rice is always gonna be the default. Okay, so next I'm going to talk about the use cases that we're trying to achieve with this configuration. So La Frittata comes with whole eggs by default, but we'll like clients to be able to select egg whites only if they want. For the compound chicken, it comes with rice by default, but we would like to customers to be able to select sweet potato or peanut rice instead of the regular rice that comes in. And we are going to add an extra charge to a couple of these. So now, as you can see here, there's 2 options for the frittata. First one is the default, so the whole eggs, and second is the option to getting egg whites. For the compound chicken, you can see that the first option and the default option will be rice, and you're going to be able to substitute that for sweet potato or for peanut rice. Now, something to keep in mind is that you can have the same products but different groups. So if you wanted to add like a veggie here, and let's say the veggie wasn't actually required, we can do that. You would just basically wouldn't add the ingredients, right? So let's say this is extra. Let's say you wanted to add veggies, but the plate didn't come with veggies. So here we could do broccoli, and here we can do mixed veggies, right? So I'll show you how this is going to look at the end. Okay, so the next step, once your configuration is all done, you are going to download this sheet by using a file, download, comma separated values in the current sheet. Great, so that's going to download a file to my computer. Now we're going to move over onto the site admin. Okay, so first I just want to go and check what the frittata currently looks like. As we can see, it's 400 calories and it has no options, and it's just a flat price. So we're gonna go to the admin, we're gonna scroll down, and we're gonna look for the Happy Meal Prep Imports tab. Once you click on that, you're gonna look at the product add-ons. Once you select the product add-ons, 2 methods are going to come up. You're always going to use replace. Replace basically says make the information the latest that's on the sheet. So if it finds anything else already existent, it's just going to replace it with what you're uploading currently. Alright, so I'm going to upload the last item that I just downloaded. Great, so that's we get a success message, and now I'm just going to go ahead and check some of these items, right? So let's see the frittata. Great. On the frittata, we see that we have whole eggs, Oh, this portion, this is actually my bad because I actually left some stuff. That's going to be in an upcoming video. So for now, you can just ignore the portions. We're talking about the substitutions right now. So here, as you can see, whole eggs is selected by default, and you have to select whole eggs, or you can change that for egg whites. Now, when we do egg whites, we applied some different calories here. So egg whites is 10 calories less than the regular plate, and as you can see, that takes effect. It goes down by 10. So that's how you get information that's dynamic. Great, so now let's take a look at the compound chicken. We have a few more substitutions on there. All right, cool. So again, just ignore this test side. This is something I left on the bottom by mistake when doing the upload. So we see here that we have a carbs that is required. That's by default just going to pick the rice option. We have the sweet potato option for $1 or the peanut rice for $1.50. Now you can see that when I select the peanut rice, the allergen kicks in, and it's gonna say, hey, this has nuts now. So whenever the user selects that, that's gonna pop up to let them know that there's some new allergens on here. And the way that the calories work is they basically add on to the product details existing information. So if you take a look at these are the default values. The product add-ons are basically the changes that we're doing to them, and it's always going to add on to it. So let's say it's going to add -10, which results in a subtraction. You can also add 50, which that says basically it's 50 extra calories for that. So you can see that in effect here. When I select the regular rice, it's 560. When I select the peanut rice, it goes up to 610. So we have that 50 difference that we were talking about there. And then we have our optional. You can do veggies, optional. You can either have none, so this is just not going to have any veggies on there, or you can add broccoli or have mixed veggies. And that's how you do substitutions using product add-ons.